Alright, we're going to do the review for the volume quiz we're having on Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to read this, do all the volume, and we are going to use our formula chart. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. First thing it says is what is the volume of a cone. And now it says the height is 7, the radius is 4. So h equals 7, r equals 4. Cool. Now, what we need to know is the formula for the volume of a cone. Now, if you go to Google Classroom, okay, if you click on classwork in Google Classroom, whether it's the 19th, okay, or let's go with the 21st, okay, there is a formula chart attached here, okay, so I'm going to click that formula chart, and I want to know what is the volume of a cone, okay, so you have to scroll, volume, okay, of a cone. It says 1/3 BH. Let's zoom in on that. Okay, so volume, cone, 1/3 BH. So let's write that down. Volume equals 1/3 big B H. Okay, now remember big B is the area of the base for a cone. That's the area of a circle, right? Hopefully we know that a cone has a circular base and it goes to the top, right? So if I was going to draw a picture of it, okay, the radius would be 4 down here, the height would be 7 over here. Cool. So how do I find the area of a base circle? Okay, now we did this on the notes, but let's remind ourselves. Let's scroll up. Area of a circle is pi r squared. This should be very familiar. Area, circle, pi r squared. Okay, so big B is going to be pi r squared. Do I know r? Well, it gave it to me over here. The radius is 4. I labeled it in my picture. So the big B is going to be pi 4 squared. Okay. Now, what I need to do in my calculator, okay, do a new document, number 1. Don't save. Add a calculator, number 1. Let's go ahead and type pi 4 squared. Now remember, the pi button is down here next to the letter H. Pi, and then you have to hit enter. So click pi. And then we're going to do 4 squared. So 4 is right here, squared is right next to it, the x squared button. So 4 squared. When you type pi 4 squared, you hit enter. We get 50.265. We're going to round that to 50.27. Okay. Now that's just big B, 50.27 inches squared. Okay, inches squared because it's an area squared. Okay, now if I'm doing 1/3 BH, do I know big B? Yes, big B is 50.27. Do I know H? Yes, H is 7. So all I got to do now is plug in this formula, 1/3 times big B, which is 50.27, times H, which right here we got is 7. You can see it in the picture too. Okay. So can we type in 1/3 times 50.27 times 7? Okay. Now, how do I get 1/3? I do 1, okay, and then control divide 3. 1, control divide 3. And then you have to go to the right, so you're next to the fraction. And we're going to do 50.27 times 7. And notice how I'm using the parentheses. 1/3, 50.27, and then 7. Okay, you can kind of see that. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter. Now, kind of hard to see, but you get 117.296 repeating, which is going to make it round up to 117.3. Okay, so I got 117.3, and since this is volume, it's going to be inches to the third power. Volume is 3D, so the power is 3. So 117.3 inches cubed. Cool. So on your quiz tomorrow, if I give you a different height and a different radius, can you find first big B using pi r squared, and then 1/3 that big B times the height that they give you? Okay? That's it. Now, number 2. Oatmeal is stored in a cylindrical container. Now, cylindrical means cylinder. Cylinder. Okay. With the dimensions shown in the drawing. Alright, so we got 10 all the way across. So my diameter equals 10 all the way across. Okay. Find the volume of the cylinder. Okay, we can do that. So let's first go back to our formula chart. Okay. So volume of a cylinder. Volume, cylinder, V equals big BH. Okay, let me show you that. V equals big BH. Once again, big B is the area of the base, and the base of a cylinder is a circle, yet again, right? Circle on the bottom. Now we know this already, but the area of a circle from number 1 is pi r squared. Here's the question. What's r? So look at my picture. R is not 10. Please understand. 10 all the way across is not the radius. I need to know from the center to the edge. Now you tell me, center to the edge. If all the way across is 10, and I need to find the radius, which is halfway, I need to find half of 10. What's half of 10? So 10 divided by 2, this should be a radius of 5. Okay? Please don't forget to cut that diameter in half to get the radius. Okay? So I know my radius is 5. I need to do pi r squared, so it's going to be pi 5 squared. Okay, so let's put pi 5 squared into my calculator. Okay, kind of like last time. So I'm going to hit the pi button down here. So see how it says pi? Pi, enter, and then 5, and then squared is right here. Pi 5 squared, hit enter, and I get 78.539. The 9 makes the 3 round up. 58.54. Sorry, 78.54. I think I said that wrong. 78.54. And my units of measure are centimeters. And since this is an area, areas are going to be squared. Okay, now all I found was big B. That's not the answer. Okay. For volume, I need to do big B, which I know is 78.54, and I need to know h, the height. Well, if I look over here, this is my height, h, 23. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in. So 78.54 times the height of 23. All you got to do is plug that in the calculator and multiply. Okay, so let's do that. So parentheses, 78.54 parentheses. That's my big B. And now my h, parentheses, 23. Multiply those, hit enter. I get 1,806.42. Goodness gracious. Alright, sorry about that fire drill noise. So I plugged in, I got 1806.42. And my units are centimeters cubed because volume is 3D. Cool. All right, next one. So, what is the volume of a rectangular, prism? We have a height of 11, so let's put that over here on the picture. 11, and the base has a length of 5 and a width of 6. Length of 5, width of 6, these are all inches. All right. So we labeled the picture like it says. Thank you very much. Now, we want to find the volume. Now let's see here. Volume of a prism. Okay, this top one, volume of a prism, says big BH, kind of like our cylinder. So volume equals big BH. Now, remember, big B equals area of the base. Now, if you look at the base shape, okay, this would be, or you can see it at the top. I know it looks like a parallelogram, but it's because you're looking at it at an angle. Okay, so this is actually a rectangle. Another way I can tell is that up here it says it's rectangular. So, of a area of a rectangle. So big B is length times width. So length times width, it tells us length is 5, width is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, 30 inches squared because area is two-dimensional. So we figured out big B. We can write it for big B equals 30 inches squared. Now, the height, well, it tells us right here. The height is 11. Height is 11 inches. Just a length. And so all we got to do for V is find big B, okay, which we know is 30. Then H, the height, which we know is 11. Okay, so it's going to be 30 times 11. All right. Basically, length times width times height. But let's do 30 times 11. 30 times 11 gives us 330. So we get 330 inches cubed. Again, the inches are cubed because volume is three-dimensional. Okay. So there you go. Don't forget big B is area of the base, and then it tells you what the base shape is. You can look at it. Okay. Last one. 4 problems. Okay, find the volume of the following. Now, volume of a pyramid. So, volume of a pyramid is 1/3 big BH. Okay, so 1/3 big BH. So let's figure out big B. Remember, big B is the area of the base. What shape is the base? Now you can look at it and see right here that looks like a triangle, right? So this is a typo. This is supposed to be a triangular pyramid. Okay. So that being said, how do I find the area of the base of a triangle? Okay. Well, let's look at our formula chart again. Area of a triangle is 1/2 little bh. Okay. So of a triangle, let's go back. So this is 1/2 little bh. Okay. Now that's what it's telling us to do right here. 1/2 base of the triangle, height of the triangle. So if I'm looking at just the triangle, kind of ignore the top part. Okay. B, little b, is 10, and then h of the triangle is 6. So let's do 1/2 this base times this height of the triangle. So 1/2 times 10 times 6. Okay, so 1, control, divide, 2, go to the right, times 10 times 6. 30. Okay, so again, 1/2 times 10 times 6 is 30. So my big B is 30. Cool. I don't have units of measure here, so we'll just call it 30. Okay, so big B we found is 30. The height, if you look at the picture from the center to the top, this is my H of the prism. Okay, so it's not 6. Okay, this is the height of the, not prism, the pyramid. Pyramid. This is another typo. My apologies for the typos. Okay, so all that to say, the height is 12. Cool. Now, for volume, all you need to do is do 1/3 big B, H. So big B, we know is 30. H, we know is 12. So it's 1/3 times 30 times 12. So let's do that. 1, control divide 3, go to the right. 30, 12. 1/3 times 30 times 12. Gives me 120. 120 units cubed. Okay, now no units. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, but that's how you do it. Okay, 1/3 big BH. I'll fix these typos on your documents. So okay, that's how you do it. Make sure you study this and that you have your notes and this review that you can use on your quiz tomorrow. Okay, all right, here we go.